Hi, this is Lyndon, Director of Studies at Salt Idiomes, and welcome back to our 5-minute tips to help pass the first. Okay, today we are looking at the listening exam, okay, specifically parts 1 and 2. Now, the listening exam more or less is about 35 minutes, okay, so it's a long time to be focused listening to English, but it's something you have to do, okay, so you have to get used to listening for a long period of time. I know it's tiring, but it's necessary in the exam. Today we're looking at parts 1 and 2. Now remember, you will hear each part twice in the exam, so be focused on both parts, okay? If you think you've got it all correct in the first time, then the second time, really focus and make sure you have everything correct. Okay, let's have a look. So this is part 1. Now, part 1, you will have 8 questions. Now, it could be a monologue, it could be a dialogue between two people. Now, you won't have long, okay, to read the questions. But what I suggest is you use the time to maximize your potential of getting it all correct. How do you do this? Right, read through them very, very carefully. Now, underline the key words. So let's have a look. You hear a woman talking about her driving instructor. What does she say about him? He talks too much. He has improved her confidence. He's good at explaining things. Okay, underline the key words that are going to help you. Now, in the actual exam, they're not going to say these words exactly, okay? He's not going to say, oh, she's very good at explaining things but she'll say something very, very similar, but not exactly. So you have to try and think about different ways they will explain this, okay? Improved her confidence. If you can, think of a synonym that could mean improve, etc., etc. But in the minute you have, okay, read it very, very carefully, okay? You hear two friends talking about online learning, they agree. It's becoming very popular, okay? Online learning, popular, okay? It's an option some people benefit. These are the key words, okay? Now think of popular, think of different ways to say it, because probably they won't say the word popular, but if you're thinking about different ways they are saying it, it will help, okay? Do the same for all of the questions. Now try to maximize the time, okay? Read it carefully, underline, remarkably cheap, very cheap, not expensive, okay? Think of synonyms, think of opposites, okay? But have a very good idea of what you will be listening for, okay? Let's have a look. Part 2, okay? Now, part 2, okay, this is a continuous monologue, okay? Now, again, Lucas says his parents wanted him to be okay, so what you have to do is using 1, 2, sometimes 3 words. Normally it's 1 or 2 to complete the gaps. Again, now you have like 45 seconds. A quick tip, so as soon as you've got the answer in question 8, go straight to part 2, because you will, as they're explaining this, you can be reading it, okay? So you'll get an extra 10 or 15 seconds. Doesn't sound much, but it really, really helps, okay? Now, scan the text, okay? Again, underline the key words and try to predict what type of word you're looking for. It could be a noun, it could be an adjective, it could be an adverb, okay? So have an idea what kind of word you're looking out for, and then try to listen out for those when they're using that kind of word. Now, sometimes it will say the best time to go skiing is something and something. So you know you're looking for dates. Now, don't write the first thing you hear, because more often than not, what they do in the listening exam is they use what we call distractors, okay? So if you're looking for 2 dates, let's say January and February is the correct answer, in the exam you will hear like, although January and February are considered the best, however, December and November have also have its advantages, but March, so they try to distract you. So you have to listen very, very carefully for exactly what you're looking for. Again, read it very carefully, underline the keywords, okay, and then try to have an image of what you're listening for. Numbers or dates, nouns or adjectives. Okay, that's part 1 and part 2. Okay, join us next time for part 3 and part 4 of the listening. Thank you.